These are the top 5 rookie wide receivers to target in your upcoming drafts. Kicking things off is Tetairoa McMillan. The 8th overall pick should be a useful fantasy asset almost immediately. He's big, physical, and has made a living off of his ability to high point passes and win 50-50 balls. Now there will be some growing pains, specifically with route running and the occasional drop pass, but he should be peppered with targets and lead a receiving core that includes Xavier Legette, veteran Adam Thielen, and Jalen Coker. His ceiling is largely contingent on Bryce Young and whether or not he can continue to take steps forward. But at the very least, he should see enough volume to be a weekly starter in PPR. While I do think the Panthers will improve this year, they're still going to be susceptible to bad game scripts where they're forced to chase points, further benefiting McMillan. He's currently going off draft boards around the beginning of the 6th round, which I think is fair given his upside. Next up is Travis Hunter. While the sample size is small, it does appear that the Jaguars and head coach Liam Cohen are following through on their plans to have Travis Hunter focus on offense to begin his career. And even with a slight unknown about his snap count and usage rate, he should offer a pretty stable floor and act as Brian Thomas Jr.'s running mate right out of the gate. With Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram no longer on the team, targets have to go somewhere, and many of them will be funneled Hunter's way. Another positive is that Liam Cohen likes to throw the ball. Baker Mayfield finished with the 5th most passing attempts in the league last year, with Cohen as his offensive coordinator in Tampa. Now Trevor Lawrence is still a bit of a conundrum, but I do think he will be asked to throw the ball quite a bit. I view Hunter as kind of a risky pick. He's either going to be a 6th round gem or a draft trap. Number 3 on the list is Matthew Golden. This kid can flat out fly and is one of the more polished rookie receivers. He has strong hands and can run close to a full route tree. He does enter a somewhat crowded receiving room in Green Bay, but outside of possession receiver Jayden Reed, there really hasn't been a consistent second option. While Christian Watson has been electric when healthy, that has been his issue. He hasn't been able to stay on the field. And even now, he's on the PUP list recovering from a torn ACL and is expected to be out until at least mid-season. And behind him, there's been a bit of a carousel. Between Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks, and tight end Tucker Kraft, there really hasn't been a second consistent threat. Golden's speed should allow him to see some high-value targets right away, and it would not surprise me at all if he separates himself as the #1 receiver in this room quickly. This offense will still largely run through Josh Jacobs, but Golden may be the stability the Packers have been searching for since Devontae Adams' departure. He offers as much upside as any other rookie wide receiver and is currently going off the board in the 8th round of 12-team leagues. An ADP he can easily exceed. Number 4 on the list is Emeka Egbuka. With Chris Godwin still recovering from a dislocated ankle, somebody will have to step up and take over the WR2 duties in Tampa Bay. Second-year receiver Jayden McMillan did have a strong finish to his season last year and will likely have a slight leg up in the pecking order, but Egbuka could create some PPR value working out of the slot. He finished his college career as the all-time leader in receptions at Ohio State and comes from a long line of successful Buckeye wide receivers. From Michael Thomas to Terry McLaurin to Chris Olave to Garrett Wilson to Jackson Smith-Njigba, and most recently Marvin Harrison Jr. As mentioned earlier, Baker Mayfield had the 5th most passing attempts in the league last year, and the Bucs had the 4th most points per game, scoring nearly 30 per contest. And even though Liam Cohen is now in Jacksonville, the new offensive coordinator, Josh Grizzard, is an in-house promotion, which should provide some nice continuity for this offense. Mike Evans and Cade Otton will likely lead the charge to begin the year, but that could certainly change. Evans is getting older, and the selection of Egbuka indicates that the Bucs are starting to think about their future at the position. Now, he isn't the fastest, but he does everything else pretty well, which is why I think his ceiling is a WR2 in PPR, with him more than likely settling in as a WR3 in most formats. At his current ADP of the 10th round, I view him as a steal. I can see him steadily climbing up draft boards. Number 5 on the list is Jayden Higgins. With Tank Dell recovering from a gruesome knee injury that will likely sideline him for the 2025 season, the WR2 spot in Houston is up for grabs. The job will likely be Christian Kirk's to begin the year, but Higgins' size and 4.4 speed should earn him some snaps on the outside opposite of Nico Collins. The Iowa State rookie had a strong final 2 seasons, catching 140 passes for nearly 2,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. You will likely have to be a bit patient. Even though he's listed as a starter, he'll probably have to work his way up the ranks behind John Mechie and Braxton Berrios. However, it does help his cause that the Texans will likely have to lean on their passing game a bit more, while Joe Mixon recovers from a foot injury. I think Higgins has some real WR2 potential. He's currently going in the 11th round, which is actually a bit early in my opinion. If you can wait and see if he falls, I would try to target him closer to the 12th. As an honorable mention, I want to talk about Luther Burden, who after his sophomore season of college was expected to be a first-round pick, but his production dipped his junior year and he slipped to the 2nd round. The issue for him is that the Bears have plenty of pass catchers. Between DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and tight ends Cole Kmet and rookie Colston Loveland, it's going to be difficult to know where Burden fits in. The only thing giving me some hope is that multiple pass catchers have succeeded in the Ben Johnson offense. And given Burden's ability to rack up yards after the catch, he may find himself on PPR radars relatively early. As with most rookie wide receivers, patience is usually a virtue. While they may not perform up to par early in the season, I would try to stay the course and not abandon ship in deeper leagues. Those are the top 5 rookie wide receivers to target in your upcoming drafts. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and let me know which rookie wide receivers you think we should keep an eye on in the comments below.